The $100 billion market. What is going on, everybody? My name is Greg Bennett, and I am so excited to be here. So excited to be able to give you guys this presentation and really just give a huge opportunity to more of the public. And just being able to give more people a great way not only to save a lot of money, but to earn a lot of money as well. And it's here. I mean, there's no question that streaming has arrived. It is here. More and more people are using it. More and more people are going to switch over to it. And it's only going to grow as we have way more customers who come. And these customers who come online, guess what they're going to want to do? They're going to want to consume. Streaming is going to absolutely crush it. It already is. But it's going to make an even bigger adjustment in these next 4 years. I mean, we're talking about an industry that's $25 billion going to over $100 billion in the next 4 years. And that is a generous estimate right there, okay? I've seen on certain places online where it says, hey, this could also be a $125 billion market. It's a lot because everybody consumes entertainment. It's just one of those things that everybody has. Everybody has a TV. And as this continues to grow, the question that you ask is, well, do you want to be a part of it? How could you be a part of it? Because before now, it's been impossible. You can't be a part of this. But that was before, and this is now. Just like a few years ago. A few years ago, the online market for, certain new things that were just coming was crazy. I mean, the craze of Shopify, the craze of Amazon FBA, everybody's going nuts over it. Those were tough. This is a lot different. You don't have to be a business owner because a lot of people should not be business owners. And it's not because you're not good, it's just because there's a lot more earning potential to be working with a group, to be working with a team. There is a lot more potential for a lot of people. Okay, so without further ado, I am just going to get into it right now. If you're here today on this, really enjoy it and really be happy that you came here because this is just such an incredible opportunity that I couldn't imagine this happening a few years ago, but it's finally here. So, as I mentioned a little, I said impossible to be a part of, and what I mean by that is, how in the world can you have a piece of streaming? Most of us are realistically not going to create a network. That's just, being honest. And realistically, most of us are not going to be able to get everything that you need to be able to start a streaming service. Also, a huge barrier to entry. There's really only, a few players in the game. And just think about this really quick. Imagine if Netflix were to let you be a part of it early on. And they just, you were an early Netflix, let's say, sales associate. And they gave you commission. And it was recurring. Hulu. Roku. What if they did that for you? Sling. What if they did that for you? These companies are all making easily 8-9 figures. Disney, definitely a 10-figure, 11-figure company. I mean, it is a big deal. Apple is getting into it. YouTube is getting into it. Everybody is getting into this industry because it's like a house. It's a TV. Everybody has a TV and everybody has a few of them. It's a big deal. It is a big deal. And for you to be here today, for you to see this, it's sometimes you think, wow, sometimes you're put here for a reason. Sometimes, you see something for a reason. And I'm not saying it isn't, but there is a reason that you are seeing this right now. That you can be a part of something like this. So let me tell you about the way that most people think. The most people, I'm going to give you an analogy real quick. Let's say somebody tells you, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you $1 million, but you got to jump out of the airplane. And then you're going to ask, well, geez, that's okay. I mean, do I get a pack or something where I can at least, let it go and I can float down, or something where I can, make sure I'm safe? That's the first thought. This is the way that most people think. Thus, when something like this comes along, they it's like, I don't know, I'm not sure, oh, geez, $1 million, that would be great, but you know what? I got to jump out of this plane. I don't want to do that. And that, that's okay. It's not really the way you want to think, but it's the way that a lot of people think. Now, so the first problem with the way of thinking there is you make an assumption. You make the assumption that the plane is actually in the air. Never said where the plane was. And a lot of people think, well, now it's like, oh my gosh. But before, you were thinking, wow, that would be really good, but I don't know, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. So this is something that is like, in the sense of the airplane, where, hey, look, this is an incredible opportunity. There's been no streaming business to ever do something like this. But, hey, you know what? I don't know. And that indecision, that doubt, that doesn't allow you to just try it. Just try and see. And that's why most people stay in the same place. This is not what that is. This is not what you need to think. This is the day that you change your thinking and the way that you view this right now. So look, the community. I know it's like, well, the community, what? The community is what we do it for. The community here is incredible. The CEO to support this company is incredible. I'm not the CEO. This isn't a solopreneur, hey, I just showed up. No, this is real work. Being a part of a streaming business, that's a real deal. The CEO and his team are very supportive. And the goal, as we're just really going after this, is to allow 1 million people to earn at least $5,000 a month in just completely passive income. Literally, we want you to do it once and you never have to worry about it again. There is a great chance that Envy will create 10,000 millionaires in the next 3 years. I know, and you're going to say, wow, that's crazy. Okay, here's why it's not. Streaming is set to go from 25 billion to over 125 billion in the next 4 years. It is a no-brainer for anyone looking to be financially independent or just have a stream of passive income. It is a no-brainer. The money that will be going into the pockets of the common person versus a billion-dollar corporation will have massive effects on society. Imagine saving a few $1,000s every year. Imagine making a few $1,000s more every year for not doing anything. That's a big deal. What could an extra $5,000 a month do for you? What could that do for you? A lot of people would say that's pretty good. Yeah, that's really good. That could really help. And so instead of the money that is, us basically paying for entertainment, instead of it going to these corporations, it goes to the people. It goes to the people. Imagine a few $1 billion more in the economy. What that could do, not only for you, but for local business, for more people, to put more people to work, to make sure we continue to be better as people and have more opportunity and be able to do the things that we want to do. That is what this is. That is the community. That is the Envy community that you need to know. You see this here. 1 million people earn at least $5,000 a month. Passive income. We will create 10,000 millionaires in the next 3 years. Crazy. Watch. Be one of them. because it will happen. So look, I'll just be straight up. Everybody is seeing ads to do, one thing or the other thing or this or that. Drop shipping has all but died. FBA is dying. Digital marketing is still hot. We see a lot of stuff. I see a ton of stuff for that. I'm 25, so I'm right in that audience where they target. I'm a male. They are going after me. And that, in fairness, that is what I was doing before I joined this team. I was working on my own company, and then I had my own products. So it was kind of, it's really interesting going from one thing and now entering this, but it's what you see the opportunity. Like, you see the opportunity, and it's like, okay, this is it. And I didn't want to waste any time. It's like all these people out here like, oh, take my pill, or take mine. It's like, my stuff is better. Oh, no, this is better. Okay, look. Digital marketing, big industry, don't get me wrong. But not everybody should be running a business. Not everybody can run a business. And there's no real commission that you can... I mean, there is, but for the most part, it's not fair. I mean, they're giving like sales reps like 10% commission, 15%, 20%. I mean, that sucks. But you know what? That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Which is why you think, wow, how can these guys do what they're doing and, be this kind of a business? Nobody would ever do that. There will never be another streaming company in the world who will offer this. Hulu, Netflix, no way. Imagine if these companies told you, hey, for every person you bring in, we'll pay you monthly. And if you grow your core team out and, more people join and more people start using the service, okay, we can make even more. And instead of that going to the billion-dollar companies, then it goes to the people, the regular people. Gosh, $5K extra a month, $10K extra a month, not doing a whole lot. Sounds pretty nice, huh? Yeah, it is. It very much is. So this is not like a make money now mode. This is an add value now mode, okay? So again, most people think of this like completely wrong, and that is why most people get this so off, is because what we're what everybody's trying to do is like, well, sell. Sell, like, let's make money now, that's what everybody does. And that stinks. Because then you don't help people. You don't help the community. We need to show people. Showing people makes it dead simple to add value. Showing envy makes it even more simple. Look, the average person is paying easily over $100 a month for cable. Okay? And, I don't know if you have cable bills, and now that you kind of see, like, okay, this could be the opportunity. Well, we look, okay, let's say they're, spending $100 a month. I'm spending $115 just on cable. Okay, I'm sorry, I was spending $115 just on cable. That is not the case anymore. That changed. And then I also had to pay for my PPV events. I had to pay for movies. I had to do that, at least like maybe 2 movies. And PPV, that puts me at about, this Tyson Fury Wilder fight that depending on, what happens, these guys, you're gonna pay $75 for it. Or you could, change that. But the true price of the cable and your service, just your entertainment, goes to like $200 a month. It's crazy. That's crazy. That is a lot. And with Envy, it's just $59.97 a month. There's simply nobody who can compete with our list of channels at our price point. And why do I tell you guys this? Why is he saying, well, why is he telling us the price right now? Well, it's because there's a few different options you have. One, but I also it is important that you understand how truly good of a deal this is. So how easy this is to just put in front of people. And how relieved people are to see this, like, wow, that's crazy. Is that really the case? Like, we can save that much money? Yeah, you can. And look, we could Envy, we could easily charge over $100 a month. And people would pay it. Because it's such a good deal. But you know what? That's tough. And we don't need to do that. because we don't report to, shareholders who need more profits and boards who, hey, we need to keep on milking our customer for everything they got. We need to keep raising our price to keep up with, this and that. That's the way it works, but not anymore. This is about the consumer. This is about you. We operate like a small business because we are a small business, a small, medium-sized business. And envy, instead of, you being like, oh, you're just, another guy, it's like envy, you're part of the community. You are truly part of this. And when you start to understand that if you just add value, if you just show people, hey, this is insane, they will not be upset. This is why you don't have to sell. When you don't have to sell something and you get commission off of it, that's crazy, and that is good stuff. That is what we are looking for. And we just want to give the community. We want to give back to the community rather than the corporations. It makes a lot more sense. It's better for you. It's better for us as a whole. And then that money stays in our economy. That money supports people. That money supports more people to work. We make our decisions with our wallet. We make the decisions to, support certain people with our wallet. That's the way it is. So let me tell you about, this is hilarious. This is called the hilarious story of the landline. The landline is all but dead. The landline it used to be something. Just like a lot of things used to be something. The landline used to be something. That used to be a big deal. And do you remember when you or maybe your parents or your grandparents had one of these things? It's so funny. You think now, some people even had a cord that you couldn't move on. Now you have actually I can pick up and it's a wireless one. It's oh, that's so cool. But I can only use it, within, 25 feet. So not so cool. And in the same way that cable is dying now, this is the cable of the phone industry. The landline is the cable of the phone industry. And in the same way people are trading their landlines in for smartphones, we are seeing the revolution of people cutting the cord. You've heard that before. I'm sure you've heard cutting the cord. And it's, it's true. But then these streaming companies are starting to just, price their stuff way higher too. So it's well, what's going on? This should be cheaper, but, we're ending up paying more and more and more because, well, what happens? Well, they need more profits. More profits, more profits, more profits. And so when something like this happens, things change. Things 100% change. The landline is not here anymore. Nobody uses a landline. It's going to be the same way for cable. Now imagine being a part of that revolution with phones. Whoever made the, the landline, good for them, they got out, and then the people who started making smartphones. How did they do? Well, I think they did pretty well. I think they did pretty well. The cell phone company would have been, imagine them paying you for each referral. Oh my gosh. To get a cell phone. How simple. It's all you're doing is hey, you don't have to only use it at your house. You can use it anywhere. What? The easiest, it's not a sale. It's not even a sale. It would have been the easiest 8-figure earning job, and it would be recurring. Recurring income, by the way, is the best kind. That is what it is. And so today we won't be too long. I don't want to take up too much of your time here. We just, it's so important that you guys understand the opportunity that this is and just how awesome this could be for the community as a whole and just people in general. So right now we have about 10,000 customers. A little over 10,000 customers, and they're happy customers, and we would not be in business today if our customers were upset at us. And guess what? Envy hasn't even done any online marketing. Nobody knows about these guys. So what you're seeing now is really the first campaign. And this is really the first presentation that has been given to folks. And we are so incredibly honored and blessed to be able to be in this situation. And you know why we're doing what we're doing. We want to, like, you know what we want to do it for, and now you know there is a decision to be made. You know, at this point, you're like, okay, now I need to say, well, is this streaming thing, do I want to be a part of this streaming thing? And they're going to be like, well, you know, it's obviously going to be like some, you know, $2,000 course or $19.97 or $9.97. Well, guess what? Stay around. Let me show you. I got something better. You ask yourself the question, do you want to be involved in the streaming boom? And we want to avoid the question of why did you miss out on the streaming boom? Why? Why didn't you get involved? Well, you know what? I thought the plane was in the air. Oh, okay. Thought it was in the air. No way. So the problems. Here's what's wrong with this. And, you know, some of these I may have touched on. Again, I'm telling you guys, I don't have a script. I'm just going in right now. The problems are that there is a huge majority of people who are completely unaware of streaming options, and really the concept is foreign to them. Cable is the only thing they've ever had in their whole life, and streaming is foreign. Cable companies now are literally robbing families of thousands of dollars every year. I mean, I know folks who pay more than $200, $250 a month. That's insane. And, you know, then people think, well, you know, streaming, it's confusing, you know, I don't get it. And then people think, well, you know, if I wanted to do something like this, if, you know, kind of switching it to more of the business perspective, if I wanted to do something like this, well, you know, running a business is hard. What if I had to go do something where I actually had to run a business? I actually had to do everything. I had to be the guy at the top. Some people, it's just not for them. It's not for them. Maybe not now. Maybe it's not for them now. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Getting a little of experience. Having a really solid stream of income and then moving into something. You know? In another business sense, passive income isn't really so passive in most of these cases. I mean, I remember when digital marketing was sold as passive income. I mean, how? How in the world? I mean, yeah, you want to make like, you know, almost nothing and have like clients that completely don't care about you? Okay, yeah, that's fun. That's not fun at all. You got to be involved. You have to be involved. A lot of these opportunities online, they're not passive. It isn't that way. So, and now there's so much online when it comes to making money. I mean, there's so much to look at, you know, and there's a lot of options. That's what I'll say. There's a lot of options, and there is a lot of stuff that is, man, that has no upside. That has no upside at all. What is the upside? You know, what is your earning potential realistically? The core of online business has not changed, by the way. And a few industries allow entrepreneurs to be involved at an Envy like Envy does. I mean, there is nobody who allows people to be involved like Envy does. This is why it was such an easy change for me going from my digital marketing business to really going into Envy. In making the leap, as some people would call it, but just try, you know, some people just need to try it. This is why. It was so much better. It was so much more simple on me. So you know what? Like me, probably, my digital marketing business, it wasn't making as much as I would have liked. It just wasn't doing it for me. And you know, there's so much things, there was all this stuff that you had to do. And you know what? Again, some people aren't cut out to be business owners. I've failed in a lot of businesses. You could say my digital marketing wasn't a failure, but you know, I would have liked to do better. And and now you're probably thinking, well, what are you making, like 5K? No, I was low mid six figures. So, so some people have an idea of like, well, okay, so he was doing better than, just like 2K a month. Yeah. But with something like this doesn't come around. This opportunity does not come around. And when something like this happens, you have to jump. To be honest, having that business, there's no way you can generate enough income streams to become a millionaire. I mean, you have to sell the business or something, but you know what? I met a guy who had a 7-figure agency, but he was only able to sell the business for like $100,000. So there is a whole new piece of the ball game if you really want to go after that. And a lot of people are not chasing the right stuff. They're just not, and they are limiting themselves, and then they're building something that is not going to be worth much. And guess what? When you finish with a business like that, you got no skin in the game anymore. Your income stops. Your income stops when you're not there, and guess what? That's not good. That is leaving you vulnerable. And this is why Envy is giving recurring. Because that is the only way that it can be really done, where you can achieve the level of freedom that you're looking for. So having enough streams to become a millionaire is very important. The average millionaire has, X amount of income streams. You've heard that quote a million times before. But guess what? It's not about the income streams. It's about how did you make your first million? Making 10 million is a lot different than 1 million. How do you make your first million? You get your first million, then you worry about it. When you're in the digital marketing and, the e-commerce, you can't really get ahead like that. It's really hard to get ahead like that. Even if you do those right now, you could totally do this. No doubt about it. But most of the opportunities online, you need to make a purchase of, $2,000. 1997, I should say. You got to make it. That's the only way for you to be involved. And that's BS. That doesn't need to happen. And this is changing the tide, which is exciting. So where there are problems, there are also major opportunities. As this was being done, before I even recorded this, I was listing out these problems. I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, these problems are all insane opportunities. Insane. And I didn't even list some just for the sake of it. I could go on and on. For example, cable companies have to come out and they have to service. Oh, you got to get boxes and everything. It's like, geez. There's more. There's always more. But, I didn't even need to mention that. There's more important things, which makes it an even more easy play. And when I say easy, I really mean simple. I never want to tell anybody anything is easy, I should say. I think I look at things like, wow, this is really easy. Not everybody should look at things like that, though, because they think it could give you the wrong approach. So perhaps simple is a better word to put. But, whatever way you want to think of it. And although a large percentage of people really don't know about streaming, and I'm not talking about younger folks, I'm talking about older folks, there is a large percentage of savvy entrepreneurs who have never been able to really get into this before. And Envy's finally been able to put it together. So if we, you could say, well, understanding streaming, well, it's dead, but it's not dead. Because instead of, oh, Amazon's there, oh, these guys are there, oh, that guy's there. Well, guess what? What is the 15th biggest e-com company in the world worth? I don't know. I would imagine it's worth quite a bit. I would imagine it's worth an awful lot. What does the 15th of any company, really of any niche, look like? I would imagine it's an awful lot. Streaming's no different. It's just a bigger industry. People are saying, like some of these industries are set to explode and it's going to go to like 25 billion in the next 5 years. It's like, yeah, that's big. But what about this? What about streaming? It's a little bit bigger. We are currently living in the best periodic economy, the best period of economic prosperity of all time. And if you are on the sidelines right now, get in the game. And perhaps you're in the game. And if that's the case, we need to level up your game. We need to make sure that you're able to at least have a slice of this opportunity while you can still get in. Because in a few years, there's no way. I mean, remember how easy it was for some guys to just make YouTube videos and sell Amazon FBA courses and sell, other like drop shipping courses? It used to be that easy. But it's not that easy anymore. It has changed. And that same change will occur, but we are not there yet. And there is a period of time where you have massive opportunity. This is like jet fuel. Okay, and you might think like, well, what does jet fuel have to do with this? Like, why are you talking about jet? Well, okay, get this. What happens when we put together your energy and your natural abilities and the drive that makes you want to be successful, and we mix it with a product like this? You have a ship that can take off all the way. And I'll be straight. I will be straight up with you. I'm building out my core team right now. And I really want you to be involved. And I'm not going to do some regular, hey, I have a $2,000 course for you. That's not what it's about. This is about creating a strong team of people who want to help other people save a ton of money and who want to be one of the first 10,000 millionaires that we create. That sounds like, that is a incredible amount of people, which, like I said, it is a lot of people, but it is very doable. It is a lot more doable than people think. A lot of people are closed-minded. This is the kind of thing, again, where are you at in the airplane? And this is a strong team that we've been putting together. And you should always be a part of the massive earnings that are going to be made here. You should be a part of this. Part of something that is absolutely going to explode. And obviously, look, I can't guarantee anything. I can't force you to work. Like, I can't, tell you, hey, this is going to happen, as much as I would like to. As much I know it would happen if you just worked for it. But I can't guarantee that because, it is on you to just try it and then make that change. But you'll be on track to do this in less than 6 months. Being a part of my team, you will be on track to do that in less than 6 months. This is not difficult, but you have to be in it. You have to want to do it with me. And I will take you there. The income will snowball. This is the kind of thing that has the snowball effect. You get in, you get some people to come in, you get more people to come in, you get more people to come in, and then, okay, my income is starting to snowball. My income is really starting to go. And then, the group just continues to grow and grow and grow. Your team continues to grow. And you really start to see a massive snowball effect. There is no doubt about that. So most people think, well, how is this different? What's different? Okay, first thing, streaming, you having a piece of streaming, that is crazy. Like what new companies can do for people now is insane. This, again, nobody's done this. This is different. But we'll go into this a little bit. I'll just, I'll amuse some folks because, most people think, well, I'll just buy a course instead, I'll start doing this or that. And they really don't have anybody to hold you accountable. One of the most important parts is holding people accountable in this. And that's what being a part of a team is. Most of these guys, community, whatever, not really a big deal. Just take my course. I'm just processing things. Look, there's no knock on that, but that's not what it's about. And honestly, for some folks, we don't even recommend starting a business because, they really have no idea what it takes. And that's okay. There's no knock on not doing that and not having your own business. It's like not a pride hit or anything. It's no big deal. Some people would be a lot better if they just got some experience and then got a really good stream of income going so they could move to something else. Or they could go to the next level here, whatever it may be. Your earning potential here is unlimited though. And so you don't have to run any services. Thus your time is way better it's way better off on doing stuff that counts, which is earning revenue. So the thing about this too is that cable companies are actually like, they know they're dying. They actually know that, like, okay, you know, we do not have a lot that we can do. I mean, I saw a cable company advertising that they had like an app and you could watch it on a tablet or something like that the other day. And I'm thinking like, geez, if that's what they think is good, oh my gosh, they are behind. They are behind. They're dying. They know it. That's why they're into different things. That's why they have business packages, because they always need a way to be around. Streaming scares them. And streaming is going to change the way a lot of people are able to consume. So look, this is hilarious because this really shows you, well, who are the biggest players in the game? Apple, Amazon, Disney. You know, we'd say Microsoft's probably up there. You know, that's a pretty big one. Alibaba's obviously up there. So what are they doing? You know, not all of them are doing this. I would be surprised if Alibaba does not get into streaming, but that's, you know, whatever. Apple TV, Prime TV, Disney Plus. Where are they going? They're going into TV. They're going into entertainment. Just like with companies that's like, you know, like smart equipment for houses and stuff. These house packages, you know, things that everybody needs, like an item, a product that literally everybody needs. The potential. But, you know, people brush this off like it's nothing. Because they're, oh, you know, these guys are in it. It's going to be tough. You know, people aren't going to want to do that. But look, that's not true. There's a lot of people who are not getting what they want, or they're paying for way too much. This is your way of the piece of the pie. This is your way of getting into that without having a full-time business. These guys should be scared. Even these guys right here, because they do not have nearly the same packages and the same options that Envy does. We are going to be putting out a better service. So the training in Envy will allow you to absolutely dominate here. It will allow you to absolutely dominate. So there are 6 ways to earn, okay? Really unlimited amount of earning potential. And the 6 ways, you have customer referrals, which are like sales. You have coded bonus overrides. You have coded bonuses, coded bonus overrides. You have like a fast start bonus, which is you like really getting out and going quick. Monthly residual income on the referrals that you get. And then obviously profit sharing. So there are a ton of ways to earn here. There are a ton of ways. And, you know, perhaps some people will go for, you know, the first one or the third one, or, you know, let's go the fourth one, whatever it may be. There are a lot of ways you can do it, and there's not one size fits all. So this is literally, I mean, this is a freelance opportunity. Like we said, you don't have to run a business. You know, it's very simple. The money is put into your account every Friday. It's easy. We already have the system set up. You know, just see this right here. Basically, just share the service with your friends. Share your service with people in your city. Start using our ways of really getting the message out there. And you'll see what I have later, which is very cool. Very cool. Especially if you're a part of my team. It is very interesting, and what I'm offering you is insane. You will have all the tools you need to absolutely dominate it here. So, you know, if you're somebody who, like, even if you just have 5 people or 6 people, your service is free. Imagine never having a cable bill again. You know, you can build slow or you can build fast, and it's totally up to you. It does not matter how fast you want to go. It's at your speed. We always think like, hey, let's go way more. Like, let's go way more. You know, let's do this quicker. And if you want to be an affiliate, well, then that's an even bigger opportunity. That is an even bigger opportunity because you now have a $2 override on all the customers or affiliates that are on your subscription plan. So imagine your customers are then referring people, and then you're also getting a piece of that. You are doing something once, and getting paid to unlimited. That is insane. And then it keeps going and going and going and going. I mean, imagine if somebody you have that's, working with you, they refer 5,000 people. Okay, $2 on all those people. Extra 10 grand a month. Not bad. Not bad at all. Very simple. Very easy. And you're not selling anything. This is just a better way to consume entertainment. And there is no doubt about that. So you'll see right here, these are the bonuses that we have. These are the bonus levels that you can get to, and as you can see there, it's the amount of people that you have in that are involved with Envy right there. And you might think, wow, 10,000 people, that's an awful lot. But you know what? 10,000 homes with cable? What does that represent in the United States? What does that represent in the UK? It represents a lot more than 10,000, that's for sure. There is no doubt about that. And there is a great profit share program for all of our national affiliates. I mean, if you get there, you are going to be... I mean, it's like the money just starts doubling up. As some guys say in some music, it's like, look at all my money start to double up. Okay? That's the way it is. So now it's time to move forward. It's time for you to just try. If you're not ready to make that huge, just try. And you're going, well, I don't want to spend $2,000. Okay, that's okay. So what do you expect? So I'm going to tell you about how to dominate in stream sales and how not being a business owner will be actually a lot better for a vast majority of you folks, because there's a lot of things that you need to be doing. And when you're just looking for a way to start earning or starting like a business, I need to start earning and I got to start a business, that's usually not a good idea. A lot of millionaires would suggest you find a job in sales, or you find a job, with a company that is on a huge projected growth path like us. That is their best advice. That is the way you can really get in. And for those of you who kill it, you will be rewarded way more than the average sales associate. That is for gosh darn sure. Being part of my team allows you to maximize your earning potential due to my background in digital marketing. Really, that's a big deal, and that will help you a lot. I've been involved in the agency business. Like I said, I ran a mid-six-figure agency, and then I really realized how big of an opportunity this was, and I didn't pass it up. And that's a low mid six-figure agency, okay? Nothing like, oh my gosh, it was good, but it wasn't like what I thought it could be. And I'm sure you understand that. And so, by the way, I don't know if you saw this, but if if you work with us, you actually get like a free TV service as well. Obviously you have to get 6 people on board, but that's really simple. 6 people, free service, not bad. Never pay for cable again. So on top of saving thousands of dollars, you actually have a way to earn something as well. Very rarely do things allow you to save and earn at the same time. So in modern day business, a company that has not used any digital marketing went from 0 to over 10K subscribers in less than a year. That should tell you something. It's legit. And on top of that, we already have over 2,000 affiliates. And we have an honest CEO, which makes it, this is the best part. It's the leadership. If the leadership was no good, this would not be something that you could be a part of. The leadership is strong and honest. An honest CEO who takes his time out on the weekends to feed the homeless in LA, to do a food truck. This is the kind of guy that our CEO is. Clay is an awesome dude. And it is such a blessing to be able to work with a guy like that. That's who we are. That's what it is. So just do a double take real quick. You can work from wherever you want. You don't worry about running an entire business. You get paid literally every Friday. It's automatic. It's really easy. You work when you want. And then you earn a true passive income after you put in the work on the front end. You can be a part of the $100 billion industry, and then you can save people a ton of money. Good, hardworking people just like you. People who don't want to be robbed by the cable companies, but just haven't really understood what they needed to do to switch. This is, you look at these things right here. That is a lot of plus, plus, plus. There is nothing that will be able to offer you this. It's one of one. There has never been anything like it. And I'm sure you know, like, well, Greg, geez, man, you've said that already. Like, you've already said that. You don't need to say it again. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's something that's so powerful. And to be able to have this opportunity, I mean, not only to just have this opportunity, but to just be thankful enough to be here where we're at today with the opportunities that we have been given. For some of us, things have been close in life. Things have been really close in life. And I'm not just talking about business. I'm talking about, things that it could have really affected people. This is different. This is different. This is finally something that is here to change the tide. And I really hope that you can be a part of it. So what you'll get when you join my core team is, look, you get the service itself. You got TV now, okay? You got TV, killer deal. You get over 1,000 channels. I mean, like, all of the sports packages, entertainment, local. You get all of it. You can watch on computer, TV, obviously, or smartphone. Tablet works as well. Very simple. You get private weekly team calls. Okay, so we're able to go over things that are working, go over training, make sure that we're hitting our weekly goals that we want to hit, and being able to do what we need to do to make it. And the third thing is I'm going to give out the streaming sales guide to increase conversion. So there's a right way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. And the wrong way to do it is just to go out and sell. Why don't we understand that we just, like we talked about, we need to add value? That's only a part of it, but there's a lot more. Plus, this is very cool. I am going to give you access to my 3-tier marketing system course and the actual consulting guide that I used with the businesses that I worked with. That is something that I was actually selling for way more than this. Way more than this. And, well, you know what? I'm generous. I wanted to be generous. And since I'm just starting this out, I thought, hey, why not give away this? Why not help a lot of other people? So why not? We have also an affiliate group on Facebook. We have all the material that you will need to be successful selling online and in person, if, in person is something that you want to do. And then plus, the last bonus that we have is a creative content creation technique to sell in 2020 and beyond. Because, let's be honest, content is very important, and not a lot of people know how to act. And it's not necessarily acting, but there's a little more to it. A lot of people would be very uncomfortable getting up and just doing an hour-long presentation, for sure. But you know what? There's also a lot of people who are very uncomfortable just making videos. And so we're going to find the right way for you to make content so you can knock it out of the park even quicker. And this, my friends, is why we succeed. Because you're not just getting to be on the team. You're not just getting that. You're getting way more than that. And you can go either $257 or $497, depending on where you want to start. There's 2 different payments that you can make. And you'll be, at this point, you'll actually be able to see, there's going to be a button below. And for some of you guys just you're going to want to go right now because this is it. And for some, you might want to stay, see some more. But for those of you who are ready, just click below. It's going to be there. It'll take you right to where you go, and you will be able to purchase right there. And you can kind of see the 2 differences. There's a video that you'll actually be able to see on both of those packages. And you can just see, okay, this is what this means. And then, it's kind of your compensation plan from the get-go. It just depends on what you want to do. I always recommend people go with the $497 because, people are just, the people who are ready to go, they know what it is. But, if you want to wait, if you're not like, well, I don't have that money right now, okay, fine. Just get in at the lower tier. There's nothing wrong with that too. You will be on my team regardless. And so my guarantee to you is simple. We're not going to let you down. At Envy, we will do everything in our power to make sure you succeed. The investment that you're making is extremely low for the amount of value that you will get in return. I mean, it is extremely low for the amount of value that you get in return. Like, there are $2,000, $5,000 courses that don't give this value. And this is for a tenth of that. You saw all that you got. You saw all of this right here. That's a lot of stuff that you get for nothing. So being a part of our team is just tremendous value. And again, it's not a one-off solopreneur job. You get a lot of your investment into a cheap, high potential opportunity where there is already a team, there are already systems in place, and there are already ways for you to really go in and crush it. And so to make sure you love it, there is a 3-day, make sure this is the right fit for you kind of money back guarantee. It is not my business. I'm not able to change that. He gave you 3 days, which is nice enough to, try it and say, hey, this is great. This is awesome. But you know what? Why would you not want to just take advantage of this billion-dollar industry? I mean, you're only helping people save money. I don't even think about the 3 days because it's like, well, let's see. So, if I just have 5 people who sign on with me, I'm barely paying anything in cable, so I'm already going to make my money back there, and then I'm going to keep getting that over and over and over again. Yes, that's correct. So you're going to make more money than what you paid, and you're going to save money as well if you basically do nothing. Sound good, yeah? I mean, it's not that difficult. You will only, by the way, you're only going to receive access to the bonus materials that you saw here. So these bonus materials right here, you will only receive access to those when you actually sign up through this webinar. Because people who take action, people who want to go for it now, those are the people, the go-getters, who should be working with me. The go-getters who want to do it. These are the people who you want to have, and we want to have on Envy. This is your time to take this opportunity into the billion-dollar streaming industry and really carving out your piece of the pie. Carving out your piece of the streaming industry. Even if you have like 0.00001% of a billion. I'm sorry, 100 billion. Oh my gosh. Who knows the math, but it's 8 figures. And you know that. So we thank you. Our team at Envy, I thank you. Now, please don't waste any time with this. Don't waste any time like, oh, I don't know. Would you like to be part of this? Who knows? Don't be that person. The airplane wasn't in the air. And for you, the airplane doesn't have to be in the air right now. It can be grounded. You just got to make that jump. Just stick your foot out. Just try it. Click below. You follow the steps. I really look forward to working with you and you joining my core team. I mean, the value plus potential that is here for this at this price point is insane. The upside is unlimited. As you can see here, you're only looking up. The upside is unlimited. Now, thank you so much for being here today. I'm so glad I was able to go over this with you. This should be an absolute, yep, let's go. Let's do this. I want to be a piece of that $100 billion industry. I want to be a piece right now. And I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much. Have a great day. This was Greg Bennett here. I am signing off. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great one. I'll talk to you soon.